On this walk, I will guarantee one thing: you will get one of the best views in the Lake District from a comparatively small fell. So for the second time in 3 days, back over the Lake District again, and going to do another 2 Wainwrights, 2 brand new Wainwrights as well, and they are Loweswater Fell and Fellbarrow. So as you can see, parking is a premium. It's midweek and I've got here at just gone 7:30. The weather is fantastic, so when I come along with us on this road, you've got your fingers crossed that nothing is coming the other way. I did hit 2 cars actually. What the hell was that? As I was saying, I did hit 2 cars, well not literally hit them, but I did come across 2 cars, and thankfully there was a little bypass area each time, so we were able to get past. I wish they'd give over. So as a point of reference, you can see where the cars are up there. There's little cottages down here, and I'll tell you something, I would hate to meet the bin men coming the other way. So what a lovely little place to live. So again, we're just walking up the country road, and it's not too far before we see a farm, and we're going to take a right there to start the walk. We've just walked up there. There's a little sign there, welcome to Thackthewaite. We just walked up here to the farm, and this is where the walk starts. And we've got the sign there, public footpath, Loweswater Fell. Anyway, let's get cracking. And that's the way we're heading. It did rain heavy yesterday, and you can see this is a very rocky path up, and there's a warning sign at the bottom saying uneven path, very wet, very slippery. But we have got the very pleasant accompaniment of that stream. We're close to Cockermouth. We do have the River Cocker here, which always makes me smile because it reminds me of my days working at Fujitsu in the 1990s. A real canny lad I worked with there called John Jenkinson, and we were both on the same shift together. So whenever I came into work, if he beat us in, as soon as I walked through the door, I'd hear this shout, "You alright, Cocker?" I said, "Aye, Canny." It was John. So whenever I'm down this area and I see signs for the River Cocker, I always think of John. Real canny lad he was. Anyway, back to the hike. Well, this is very pleasant walking up. Nice and gentle as well. And then coming out, looking onto that. And then we come out onto open land. So you can do this walk whichever way you want. I'm going to do the high point first. So we've just come up from the little corpse area down there. But given that I did a 10-miler just 2 days ago, and the last hour, if not hour and a half of that 10 miles, I was fighting my way through bog, ferns, bracken, thistles, and I've got a blister on my heel about 1.5 inches long. Either way, stop moaning. Should be grateful for a day like this, which I am. But one thing I know for a fact with guaranteed over there, some absolutely spectacular views of Crummock Water and the high Buttermere Fells. So come along with us. If you like this type of thing and you haven't subscribed, click on that subscribe button. Do it now before you forget. But how lovely is this? And this is what makes it worthwhile getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was hoping to get out with my son today. I thought this would be two good ones for him, because I know he wants to come out and do some hiking. I'm here by myself again. Billy no mates. So I've just left the tree line there now, out in the open countryside, and I tell you something, it's getting quite warm, so this jacket is going to have to come off. I was just about to say we've got a choice of two gates here, but there is a sign there saying footpath, so it looks like we're going through there. First things first, get this jacket off. I'm melting. So I think we're going to go around the back here and start making our way up there, just where my friends are waiting of us there. Oh, they're coming down to meet us. Oh, they've changed their minds. I don't know what I've said. Well, our first views of Crummock Water over there, and Melbrake there, Red Pike poking up in the distance. What a day to be alive. Something I always give thanks for. Like I said before, Billy no mates. Well, I don't know why OS Maps saying I'm off course, because you can see at the bottom where we started, you can see we went up the field. Hopefully you can see the arrowhead there where I am, and then we're going to circle back around the back of the fell, up the zigzags, and somewhere there is Low Fell, yet saying I'm off course. I've used OS Maps for years and years, never had an issue, and they did a big update a few months ago, and ever since then I've had a few problems with it. Don't know why, but there's a prime example of me being bang on course, bang on the path, yet it's saying I'm off course. Either way, thankfully today I know where I'm going, but while we're here it may well be a very good time to answer another question. And two people have asked almost the identical question. My friend Derek from school, and also my very good friend from the US of A, from the great channel DNA Outdoors. And the question is, how did you get into hiking? And who actually got you into hiking? Well, I've always been an outdoor person, always loved getting out, always enjoyed going out with my two sons, doing a bit of camping, a bit of climbing. But I suppose it was the late 1990s. Me and Mrs. METALMAN both got jobs at a local college, and they had a walking group which I then joined. So every month we're going out on regular hikes, and I must admit I absolutely loved it. But unfortunately that all come to an end when me and Mrs. METALMAN both took voluntary redundancy and semi-retirement. We then started doing something completely different, and that was following my son's band about. His band played all over the country, all over the UK, Scotland, Highland, Wales. They also played a lot of festivals as well. Festivals that we used to like going to. They played Download a couple of times on one of the minor stages. We used to love going to the heavy metal festivals. 3-day festivals, Bloodstock, Hard Rock Hell, Hammerfest. So the hiking stopped there. And I suppose it never continued again until my son became ill. He left the band disbanded, basically because he was the band, and his long-term relationship broke up. He came back to live with us for a couple of years, and one day he said to us, "You don't fancy going out for a bit of a climb, do you, Dad? Up Rosebery Topping, somewhere like that?" A place I used to take him and his brother when they were little. So I said, yeah, great. That led on to more climbs over the Lake District, and we knocked off quite a few Wainwrights. He then decided he was going to get his own car. I then realised once he had his own transport, and once he got another girlfriend, which then became his wife, I would get the elbow, which I did. But I just kept it on and that's when I started my YouTube channel. So hopefully that's answered them questions. Any more, put them in the comments and I will get round to answering them. The track going up there, and it looks like this is actually the second summit here, Fellbarrow. I'm going this way. The weather looks fantastic at the moment. The best view is where we're going to first, so I want to make sure I've got good conditions for that. This walk so far has been absolutely fantastic. Really enjoying it. I don't know if that's the stone Dave Austell sat at. I watched his video last night. There's a stone he sat at. I wonder if this is the same one. It must be. It's still warm. Well, I tell you, what a perfect little sight this is. A fabulous view as well. Yeah, so I'm going to have 5 minutes here. Sitting downstairs this morning about 4:30, and I got a comment from my lovely friend over in Sweden, Sannes, and poor lass was just about set off to go to work. Maybe feel really guilty. Right, come on, let's get moving. And I think this is where, well, it must be, where the zigzags start, going all the way to the ridge. So is that what Americans call switchbacks? Never sure. Well, zigzags finished, and through the little gate, and you're bang on track. Well, there's that little gate that we just come through, and as we walked up, all of a sudden we are greeted by a majestic view like that down over Crummock Water. So we're dropping down, and I'm assuming that's where we're heading up there. So final little obstacle. I didn't look around at that. Oh man. Anyway, let's get to the top so you can clearly see the path that we came from over where, and then drop down into the valley. Over there you should hopefully clearly be able to see into the lowlands of Scotland, and not much further to the top. We can then sit down and take that in. Few clouds above, so when I get there, assuming there's nobody else there, I send the drone up. That's the way I'm going. I know there's two high points up here. I think one of them is not a Wainwright, but it's called Loweswater Fell. Top of Low Fell. 423 metres, 1388 feet. And I tell you something, I promise you a good view. They don't get much better than this. I mean, I'm just stood here by myself, nobody about. Can't see anybody. I feel as though I should say something poetic, something inspiring. Having said that, a view like that doesn't inspire, nothing will. Is it only me that hasn't read all the Wainwrights? When I retired, I was going to treat myself, and I was going to buy the whole collection of the Wainwright books. And then I saw the price and thought again. And I thought, no, I'll just watch Eddie Casely instead. A lot cheaper, a lot more fun as well. So Low Fell there, and even though it's not a Wainwright, there's a path going over there to Loweswater Fell. I think while I'm here, why not? Just because it's not a Wainwright doesn't mean to say it won't have a superb view. So I'll give the drone a bit of a flight. Is it only me that panics when you can't see your drone anymore? And worst of all, you can't hear it. Either way, thankfully I've got it back. And so I think as regards a break, I think I'm going to have a walk over there, sit down and have a good half an hour. So I've just seen another couple, but that's all I've seen. I can't be too greedy. I've indulged myself all the time. So yeah, I'm going to have to drop down a bit and climb back up again. I wish I could do that. The annoying thing, he looks even older than me. Not many people go on to Loweswater Fell. Because it's not a Wainwright, a lot of people just bag the 2 Wainwrights and go. So looking down there onto Loweswater, where I was 2 days ago, with very mixed results. Dear me, I don't know what went wrong when I dropped off the last one, but I definitely lost the path. And anyway, if you want to see how bad it was, watch the video. But thankfully, no mishaps today. Well, I promise you a view, and as views go, it doesn't get much better. The wind is getting up there now. To this point here, not the highest point, but it's about as the edge, as far as I'm going, just to grab this view. Looking down onto Ranadale Knots down there, where I was with my son. About 6 or 7 weeks ago. Really good day. I thought he enjoyed it. He's off on holiday this week, but a shame he couldn't have made it. He's missed out on a great day. Oh, that wind is getting up now. Oh, that wind. Oh, yeah. Mrs. METALMAN hates it when I do that. Right, I'm going to have to stop yakking away to the camera, get some bait, and get moving on to the next one. Because I have come way off course there now. OS Maps will be having an absolute fit. So that's where the Wainwright is there. Low Fell. So we're going to drop down there and climb up. But for me, it's been well worth it. Well, if you're enjoying the video, if you're enjoying the views, you want to see more days out like this, you want to see more views like this, don't forget that subscribe button. Click on it now before you forget. That's where I was 2 days ago. There's a little farm I walked to from the car park through the woods, and you can see the path going up around, and then a very steep climb. It doesn't look it, but a very steep climb to the first one of the day, which was Buttermere Fell. And then we walked over to the highest one, Blake Fell, down and up to the final one, Gravel Fell. Then I came, and this is where somewhere I went wrong. I came down there. I can see the path there, which I eventually found, and I came down into this, finished off this farm here, and back to the car park, but I was right back there. It doesn't look it, but I promise you, it was just a giant bog. Yeah, with ferns, thistles. I've never walked on anything, and I was walking over that for a good hour, if not an hour and a half. A fence I followed, it seemed like for miles. Obviously it wasn't, it wouldn't have been, but it felt like miles. I thought I want to do as least damage as possible, because there was lots of wildflowers there, there'd be lots of wild nesting birds. So I was kicking myself that I'd missed the path, and I was, so I thought if I stick to the fence, which was dead boggy, oh man, I thought I'm not going to do too much damage, but eventually I had to cut across to find the path that I wanted. And there was points there where the ferns were chest high. God, hey, stop moaning, for God's sake. I'm starting to bore me bloody self. This is what we should be concentrating on. The clouds are starting to build up, so I better start moving. I've sat here almost an hour, but this is why my walks always take so long. Well, dropping down now, here's this gate again. Now instead of going straight on, you can see where somebody's walking there. I think we need to be round there and over there. Either way, that's the way I'm going. So at this gate, I'm going to take this path here this lady's coming down from. So the path is a bit muddy here. Either way, that's where we're heading. Yeah, I had a bit of chat to that lady there. Lovely lady, all the way from France. Canny lass she was. Here, I first start speaking to her, she says, "Oh, I am French." I said, "Don't worry, I won't hold that against you." Nah, she was really nice. But funny, when I was at the top of Loweswater Fell, though, the wind really got up strong there. As soon as you drop down, it's gone to nothing. So I dropped off there now. And the final sting in the tail is that it looks quite steep as well. But I think I've got to come back down that way, because it looks like a path off there. Right, come on. Let's get this final push up there done. Final Wainwright tapped out. Whew. It's a canny little pull up here, mate. So third summit, but second Wainwright of the day, Fellbarrow. And apart from this awful fence, sensational views all the way around. Now I had planned to continue on there and circle round. Rightly or wrongly, I'm not going to do that. I'm heading back down there. I'm going to try and cut across. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. But while this little style is there, I might as well make use of it and go over and tap the top. So 416 metres, 1365 feet, Fellbarrow. The day done, Fellbarrow. Superb views all the way to Scotland. Doesn't get much better than that. So, quick update. That's where we were. I dropped back down, and yeah, that little path, I did follow it around, and it is very, very, I don't even see it. It's very, very narrow, but it does go through there, and it leads you back here at the start of the zigzags where we were first thing this morning. Which seems ages ago there now. Whew, boy, it's been a great day. I've really enjoyed it. So if ever you do these two fells, and if you've got time, add in Loweswater Fell as well. It really is worth it. And for the last 5 minutes I've been walking back looking at that. Absolutely fantastic. But either way, through the gate down there, down the tree line, the bottom of the tree line there is hopefully where the beast is parked, and in one piece as well. Well, if you've enjoyed the video, really would appreciate a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more days out like this over in the Lake District, climbing the Wainwrights, days in Northumberland, the Yorkshire Dales, North York Moors, you want to see some gear reviews, hotel reviews, castle reviews, festival reviews, click on that subscribe button, because all them things I'll guarantee you'll see on here. One other thing I'll guarantee, it won't be too long before I'm back out again. Cheers.